Each morning presents a new opportunity to shape the course of our lives, and how we begin our day can have a profound impact on our mindset, actions, and overall well-being. The Stoics, masters of discipline and self-mastery, understood this deeply and developed powerful rituals to reinforce resilience, wisdom, and inner peace. One such practice was speaking intentional and meaningful words to oneself every morning, affirmations rooted in reality, self-awareness, and the unwavering pursuit of virtue. These words serve as mental armor, equipping us to face life's challenges with strength and clarity. In this exploration of Stoicism's morning affirmations, we will delve into 5 essential lines you must tell yourself each morning, understanding how they can rewire your mind, enhance emotional control, and guide you toward a life of purpose. The first statement is, I control my mind, not external events. The Stoics emphasize that while we cannot dictate what happens in the world around us, we have absolute authority over how we interpret and respond to these events. By internalizing this principle, we free ourselves from the shackles of anxiety, anger, and frustration caused by external circumstances. Instead of allowing negativity to dictate our emotional state, we cultivate the ability to respond with wisdom and patience. When you wake up and remind yourself that you control your own mind, you set the foundation for a day of composure and self-governance. No matter what obstacles arise, you remain steadfast in your ability to dictate your reactions. The second powerful statement is, hardships are opportunities for growth. Life is unpredictable, and difficulties are inevitable. However, it is not the hardships themselves that define us, but rather how we choose to approach them. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that challenges are not meant to break us, but to strengthen us. When you shift your perspective and view struggles as opportunities for personal evolution, you develop resilience that allows you to withstand adversity. By repeating this affirmation, you reframe your mind to embrace difficulties with a sense of purpose, understanding that within every challenge lies a lesson waiting to be learned. Instead of fearing hardship, you begin to see it as a necessary step on the path to mastery. The third crucial line to speak to yourself is, I will focus only on what is within my control. One of the greatest causes of stress and suffering is an obsession with things beyond our influence, other people's opinions, the outcomes of events, or the uncontrollable nature of life. The Stoics believe that freedom comes from letting go of attachment to things we cannot change. By focusing only on what is within your control, your thoughts, actions, and attitudes, you liberate yourself from unnecessary suffering. This affirmation reminds you to stay grounded in reality, ensuring that you do not waste precious energy on matters that do not serve you. When you internalize this mindset, you become more efficient, composed, and capable of making rational decisions. The fourth essential statement is, I will practice gratitude and embrace the present moment. In our fast-paced world, it is easy to dwell on the past or anxiously anticipate the future. However, the Stoics taught that true contentment arises from embracing the present and appreciating what we have in this moment. When you wake up and express gratitude for your life, your health, and the opportunities before you, you shift your focus away from what is lacking and towards abundance. This simple practice can transform your perspective, allowing you to approach your day with a sense of fulfillment and optimism. By anchoring yourself in the present moment, you free yourself from unnecessary worry and experience life with greater depth and clarity. The final and perhaps most transformative statement is, I will act with virtue, no matter the circumstances. The Stoics believed that the highest good in life is not pleasure, success, or external achievements, but rather living virtuously. Integrity, courage, wisdom, and justice are the cornerstones of Stoic philosophy, guiding individuals to make decisions that align with their moral values. When you commit to acting with virtue, regardless of external conditions, you cultivate inner peace and self-respect. This affirmation serves as a daily reminder that no matter what happens, you have the power to choose integrity over deceit, patience over anger, and wisdom over impulse. It is in these small daily choices that true greatness is forged. As you integrate these 5 affirmations into your morning routine, you will begin to notice a profound shift in your mindset and overall approach to life. By reinforcing these principles each day, you create a strong foundation for mental resilience, emotional intelligence, and unwavering discipline. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its practicality. These teachings are not abstract concepts but actionable tools that can be applied immediately. Imagine waking up each morning with a sense of clarity, strength, and purpose. Instead of being consumed by stress, doubt, or external pressures, you operate from a place of self-assurance and unwavering focus. The power of words should never be underestimated, for they shape our beliefs, influence our actions, and ultimately define our reality. By adopting this Stoic practice, you take control of your mind and direct it toward wisdom, fulfillment, and peace. The question is, will you take this step today? Will you commit to starting your day with intention and discipline? The choice is yours, and with it comes the ability to transform not just your mornings, but your entire life. As we conclude this exploration of Stoic morning affirmations, it is essential to reflect on why these simple yet profound statements hold the power to transform our lives. Words are not just passive expressions, they are active forces that shape our perception of the world, influence our emotions, and direct our actions. The Stoics understood this deeply. They knew that by reinforcing certain truths every morning, they could train their minds to remain unshaken by external circumstances. By adopting this practice, you too can cultivate the mental fortitude necessary to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and resilience. At its core, Stoicism is a philosophy of control, of understanding what is within our power and what is not. Many of life's frustrations stem from the false belief that we can control things that are inherently outside our influence. The opinions of others, the behavior of society, and even random occurrences in life are all things we often try to manipulate, only to be met with disappointment and stress. By reminding yourself each morning that you control your mind, not external events, you shift your focus inward. This shift is the key to freedom, as it liberates you from the futile pursuit of external validation and places your attention where it truly matters, on your own thoughts, actions, and responses. Furthermore, by acknowledging that hardships are opportunities for growth, you begin to see struggles not as barriers but as stepping stones. Every great individual in history has faced adversity, yet what set them apart was their ability to transform obstacles into lessons. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, ruled an empire during times of war, plague, and political betrayal, yet he remained steadfast in his principles. His philosophy did not make the hardships disappear, but it gave him the tools to face them with unwavering resolve. By integrating this affirmation into your daily practice, you align yourself with the wisdom of great minds who thrived under pressure rather than crumbling beneath it. The affirmation "I will focus only on what is within my control" is particularly crucial in today's world. We live in an age of constant distractions, social media comparisons, and an overload of information, much of which lies beyond our influence. When you remind yourself of this principle every morning, you reclaim your energy and direct it toward things that truly matter. Instead of worrying about how others perceive you, you focus on your own growth. Instead of feeling powerless over global events, you channel your efforts into making a difference in your own sphere of influence. This approach is not about passivity but about efficiency, understanding where your efforts will yield real results and letting go of the rest. Another fundamental truth that must be reinforced daily is the power of gratitude and presence. Too often, we chase future goals without appreciating the present moment. We live in anticipation of the next achievement, the next success, the next milestone, always believing that happiness lies just beyond our reach. But the Stoics remind us that true contentment is found not in the future, but in the here and now. When you begin your day with gratitude, you set the tone for a life of fulfillment. You recognize the blessings that already exist rather than lamenting what is missing. Gratitude is not about complacency, it is about perspective. It allows you to move forward with ambition while still appreciating the beauty of the present. The final affirmation, "I will act with virtue, no matter the circumstances," is perhaps the most important of all. It is easy to be kind when things are going well, to be patient when there are no obstacles, and to be disciplined when motivation is high. But true Stoicism is tested in moments of difficulty. Can you remain virtuous when others treat you unfairly? Can you uphold integrity when faced with temptation? Can you remain composed when anger beckons? These are the moments that define your character. By committing to virtue each morning, you prepare yourself for whatever the day may bring. You remind yourself that external events do not dictate your actions, you do. The long-term impact of daily Stoic affirmations. The beauty of this practice is that its effects compound over time. Initially, these affirmations may feel like simple words, but as you repeat them daily, they become embedded in your subconscious. You begin to internalize them as fundamental truths, guiding your actions instinctively. Over weeks, months, and years, this mindset shift leads to profound personal transformation. You become more resilient, more focused, and more at peace with yourself and the world. Imagine waking up every morning not with stress or anxiety, but with a sense of clarity and purpose. Imagine facing challenges with the confidence that no matter what happens, you have the tools to navigate them. Imagine living a life where external circumstances no longer control your emotions, where your happiness is not dictated by fleeting events, but by a steady foundation of inner wisdom. This is what Stoic morning affirmations can cultivate. Moreover, this practice does not only benefit you, it impacts those around you. When you develop a calm, disciplined, and virtuous mindset, you naturally inspire others to do the same. You become a source of stability for your family, friends, and community. Your actions set an example, demonstrating that true strength is not about dominance or control over others, but about mastery over oneself. How to make this practice a lifelong habit? For these affirmations to have a lasting impact, consistency is key. The greatest mistake people make when trying to improve themselves is expecting immediate results. Personal transformation is not an overnight event, it is a lifelong commitment. To make this a habit, consider integrating these affirmations into your morning routine in a way that feels natural and sustainable. Speak them aloud. There is immense power in vocalizing these statements rather than just thinking them. Speaking them aloud reinforces their significance and makes them more tangible. Write them down. Journaling these affirmations each morning can deepen their impact. Writing engages a different part of the brain, making the messages more deeply ingrained in your mind. Reflect on them. Don't just say the words, contemplate their meaning. Think about how each affirmation applies to your current life situation. Combine them with meditation. Begin your day with a few moments of stillness, repeating these affirmations in a calm and focused state. This enhances mindfulness and sets a strong foundation for the day ahead. Apply them throughout the day. Affirmations are not meant to remain words, they are meant to guide your actions. Whenever you face a challenge, recall these statements and use them as guiding principles. Stay patient and committed. Personal growth is a lifelong journey. There will be days when you feel like you are not making progress, but the key is to persist. Over time, these affirmations will reshape your thought patterns, making Stoic wisdom an inseparable part of your life. A final thought: will you take the first step? The question is not whether this practice works. The lives of countless Stoic philosophers, leaders, and modern thinkers stand as proof of its power. The real question is, will you take the first step? Will you commit to speaking these affirmations every morning and allowing them to transform your mindset? Many people go through life feeling powerless, controlled by their emotions, external circumstances, and fleeting desires. But you have a choice. You can choose to take control of your mind. You can choose to embrace challenges rather than fear them. You can choose to focus only on what is within your power. You can choose gratitude, presence, and virtue. Every great transformation begins with a single decision. Today, you stand at a crossroads. You can continue letting life happen to you, reacting passively to events beyond your control. Or you can take charge, adopting the principles of Stoicism to build a life of resilience, clarity, and purpose. The path is clear, the choice is yours. Speak these words to yourself every morning, and over time, you will witness a profound change, not only in how you think, but in how you live. Are you ready to begin?